The world watched in awe as Russian President Vladimir Putin welcomed North Korean leader Kim Jong Un to Russia. This wasn't just any diplomatic visit, it was a moment 24 years in the making. The last time a North Korean leader set foot on Russian soil was in 2002. That's when Kim Jong Il, Kim's father, met with then-President Vladimir Putin. But this meeting felt different. There was an air of urgency, of shifting global dynamics. Why now? The timing couldn't be more crucial. Russia, isolated by Western sanctions due to its actions in Ukraine, is seeking new allies. North Korea, perpetually under international scrutiny for its nuclear ambitions, is looking for powerful friends. It's a match made in geopolitical heaven, or hell, depending on your perspective. The meeting took place in Vladivostok, a strategic city in Russia's far east. Its proximity to North Korea made it the perfect backdrop for this historic rendezvous. The world has changed dramatically since 2002. But here we are in 2024, witnessing what could be a seismic shift in global power dynamics. The meeting lasted for several days, far longer than typical diplomatic visits. This wasn't just a photo op. It was the birth of a new alliance, one that could reshape the geopolitical landscape for years to come. The cornerstone of this historic meeting was the signing of a mutual defense pact. This wasn't just a handshake agreement, it was a formal, binding document that pledged each country to come to the other's aid in times of conflict. The implications of this are enormous. Russia, a nuclear superpower with one of the world's largest militaries, is now officially aligned with North Korea. It's a game changer in every sense of the word. The pact includes provisions for joint military exercises, shared intelligence, and even the potential for Russian troops to be stationed on North Korean soil. The idea of Russian forces just across the border from South Korea and within striking distance of Japan is causing sleepless nights in many capitals. The pact also includes economic provisions. Russia has pledged to invest heavily in North Korea's infrastructure. This includes modernizing its rail network, upgrading its power grid, and even helping to develop its nascent tech sector. In return, North Korea is offering Russia access to its vast mineral reserves. These include rare earth elements crucial for modern electronics. It's a win-win situation for both countries, but one that has the West deeply concerned. Russian analyst. This mutual defense pact is more than just a military alliance. It represents a significant shift in global power dynamics. The potential for weapons and technology collaboration between Russia and North Korea is staggering. Russia boasts some of the most advanced military hardware in the world. North Korea, while technologically behind, has shown remarkable ingenuity in its weapons programs. The combination of Russian know-how and North Korean determination could yield formidable results. Satellite imagery has already shown increased activity at several North Korean military facilities. Experts believe this could be related to the integration of new Russian technology. Of particular interest are advancements in missile guidance systems. North Korea has long struggled with accuracy in its long-range missiles. Russian expertise could help overcome this hurdle. Technology expert. The collaboration between Russia and North Korea in technology could be a game-changer. This partnership could rapidly accelerate North Korea's technological capabilities, making it a formidable player on the global stage. Kim Jong Un's words during the visit were nothing short of revolutionary. Speaking at a state dinner in Moscow, he declared, "Our support for Russia is unconditional." The room fell silent. Diplomats exchanged glances. This wasn't just rhetoric. It was a seismic shift in North Korea's foreign policy. For decades, North Korea had maintained a stance of self-reliance, known as juche. Now Kim was openly aligning his country with a global superpower, but Kim didn't stop there. He went on to use a term that sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles: alliance. This is not just a partnership, Kim stated, but a true alliance forged in our shared vision for a multipolar world. The use of the word alliance is significant in diplomatic language. It implies a level of commitment and cooperation far beyond normal international relations. Kim's choice of words was clearly deliberate. By pledging unconditional support, he was signaling to the world that North Korea was all in on this new relationship with Russia. Kim's words were not just about North Korea and Russia. They were an invitation to others to join this new axis of power. North Korean analyst Kim Jong Un's declaration of unconditional support for Russia marks a significant departure from North Korea's traditional policy of self-reliance. This is a bold move that could attract other nations feeling marginalized by Western dominance. The West's reaction to this new alliance was swift and unequivocal. Concerns about Russia aiding North Korea's nuclear and missile programs took center stage. The U.S. Secretary of State issued a stern warning. Any transfer of nuclear technology or materials to North Korea would be a grave violation of multiple UN Security Council resolutions. Intelligence reports suggest that Russian scientists have already begun visiting key North Korean nuclear facilities. Satellite imagery shows increased activity at the Yongbyon nuclear complex. This site has long been the heart of North Korea's nuclear program. The presence of Russian experts could significantly accelerate North Korea's nuclear capabilities. Estimates vary, but some analysts believe this collaboration could shave years off North Korea's timeline for developing advanced nuclear weapons. The missile program is another area of intense focus. North Korea has made significant strides in recent years, demonstrating the ability to launch intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. However, questions remain about their accuracy and reliability. Russian expertise in guidance systems and rocket propulsion could be game-changing. There are already rumors of joint missile tests being planned in the Sea of Japan. Such tests would not only showcase new capabilities, but also send a clear message to the international community. Western nations are scrambling to respond. Emergency meetings have been called at the UN Security Council. New sanctions are being drafted, targeting both Russian and North Korean entities involved in these programs. The nuclear landscape is shifting, and the world is racing to keep up. The Russia-North Korea relationship, now elevated to an alliance, is best understood through hard data. Trade between the two nations has been modest in recent years, but it's poised for explosive growth. In 2023, bilateral trade amounted to just $48 million. However, experts predict this could skyrocket to over $1 billion within the next 2 years. Military cooperation is where the numbers get really interesting. Russia boasts the world's second-largest arms export industry, valued at $15 billion annually. North Korea, perpetually seeking to modernize its military, could become a significant customer. Estimates suggest that arms deals worth up to $5 billion could be in the pipeline. This would include everything from small arms to advanced air defense systems. On the nuclear front, the statistics are alarming. North Korea is believed to possess between 20 to 30 nuclear warheads. With Russian assistance, this number could double in as little as 3 years. Moreover, the accuracy of North Korea's missile systems could improve dramatically. Russian technology could reduce this to mere hundreds of meters, a game-changing improvement. The economic dimension of the Russia-North Korea alliance is poised to reshape regional trade dynamics. For years, North Korea's economy has been stifled by international sanctions. But with Russia as a partner, new avenues are opening up. The potential is staggering. Economists predict that North Korea's GDP could grow by up to 15% annually over the next 5 years, a rate reminiscent of China's economic boom in the 1990s. One key area of focus is energy cooperation. Russia, with its vast oil and gas reserves, is well positioned to address North Korea's chronic energy shortages. Plans are already underway to construct a gas pipeline from Siberia to the Korean peninsula. This project, estimated to cost $3 billion, could provide North Korea with 10 billion cubic meters of natural gas annually. It's a win-win situation. North Korea gets a reliable energy source, while Russia secures a new market for its resources. Agriculture is another sector ripe for collaboration. Russian expertise in modern farming techniques and equipment could revolutionize North Korean agriculture. There's talk of joint ventures to develop large-scale farms in North Korea's eastern regions. These could potentially increase crop yields by 300%, dramatically reducing the country's reliance on food imports. The military aspect of the Russia-North Korea alliance is perhaps its most significant and controversial component. Joint military exercises, once unthinkable, are now being planned with alarming frequency. Sources indicate that the first major joint exercise, codenamed Eastern Shield, will take place in the Sea of Japan next spring. It's expected to involve over 50,000 troops, 200 aircraft, and 50 naval vessels from both countries. But it's not just about show of force. The real value lies in the transfer of knowledge and tactics. Russian military advisors are already embedded with North Korean units, providing training in everything from urban warfare to cyber operations. This is a level of military cooperation that North Korea has never experienced before. The impact on North Korean military capabilities could be transformative. Experts estimate that within 5 years, North Korea's military effectiveness could increase by 40% or more. Air defense is another key area of cooperation. The Russia-North Korea alliance is sending shockwaves through the global diplomatic community. It's not just a bilateral agreement, it's a challenge to the entire post-Cold War order. Countries are being forced to reassess their allegiances and strategies. The United States, in particular, finds itself in a difficult position. Its policy of isolating North Korea now seems increasingly ineffective. There's a growing realization that engagement, rather than isolation, might be the only way forward. China, long considered North Korea's primary ally, is watching these developments with a mix of concern and curiosity. On one hand, a stronger North Korea aligned with Russia could serve as a useful buffer against U.S. influence in the region. On the other hand, China is wary of losing its influence over Pyongyang. For countries in the region, the new alliance presents both threats and opportunities. South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan are understandably nervous about the military implications. But there's also a recognition that this could open new channels for dialogue. China's position in this new geopolitical landscape is both crucial and complex. For decades, China has been North Korea's primary ally and economic lifeline. The Russia-North Korea alliance challenges this status quo. Beijing finds itself in a delicate balancing act. On one hand, a stronger North Korea aligned with Russia could serve as a useful counterweight to US influence in the region. On the other hand, China is wary of losing its influence over Pyongyang. The dynamics of this new alliance are still unfolding, and China's next moves will be critical.